morning, everybody. It is a beautiful Florida morning, and I am enjoying the sunshine, but let me tell you, we are not alone. I have construction going on of contractors replacing windows. We have only been here a few days, but we had already scheduled that, and so I am going to go and run some errands and take you with me. I don't think we want to be here with all of the hammering and sawing and chiseling and all that construction stuff, but I'm going to keep you updated a bit on how things are going, and as soon as they're through with these windows, we can start decorating the formal living room. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call that room. I say formal living room, I thought of window room, glass room, white room. I don't know what to call it. So if you have any ideas, just give me a little message and I'll put it on the list. But let's go and run a few errands and let them do all the work they want. But before we go, let me show you my orchids. They're still blooming. I have one here. Isn't that gorgeous? I'll put a close-up of that for you. And then one over there. Here it is. And they're all the same color. I think I'm going to plant some white ones next. But there's another really pretty one on the other side of the pool. Let me walk over that way and show it to you. We are getting ready to clear up this patio around the pool and put in new patio furniture, so I'm excited about that. But I want to show you this beauty. She's my prettiest orchid. Look at this. Wow. I love it. I have been growing orchids for several years, maybe 6-7 years, and these are some of my prettiest ones. I had a white one at another house that got enormous, and I wish I could have brought it here, but I didn't. But I think I'm going to plant one on that palm right there see the little air plants growing off of it and all of the fern. I think it would be pretty in that area. I may go with white on that one. And I've never ever planted yellow orchids. I don't know about that. Yellow's kind of not my color. Every once in a while I'll see a really pretty yellow one and like it, but usually I stick with these magenta colors or white. So anyway, oh my gosh, these guys are working so hard to get these windows in. I hope they get finished in the next couple days. It is hot out here, so I don't know, and it's early, so by the afternoon, and the sun starts coming down so hard, I don't know how they do it. But I'm glad they do. It's going to be beautiful. I'll show you why we are leaving to go run errands, because I have people all over the house working. I have people working on the windows, and I have someone else hanging drapes. So watch this. I have been traveling, but we are now in South Florida for a while and working again on our renovations, and I am so pleased because I know that this morning they're supposed to finish the drapes. I'm so glad to be getting out of the house because those construction people are so loud. I cannot tolerate it more than a day because they're using both saws and all of that. So I have a whole afternoon of things I need to do. And we have a lot of construction in our neighborhood, so you'll see a lot of that. But anyway, I've got a lot of things to do today, and you'll notice in the back seat I have some things I'm taking to charity, and because I'm trying to clean out closets, things that I thought I needed, but I don't need it all, and things that are outdated and someone else might be able to use them. But we are on our way. I have about I don't know, 5 or 6 stops. I won't bore you with all of the details, but I will take you in a couple places because one place in particular I love to go in. I've never taken you there, so let's go. Well, I got out too early. I left early because in South Florida, many days of this time of year, it will rain every single afternoon after lunch, especially after 2 or 3 o'clock. It starts raining. So this morning I left early. Well, guess what? Most things aren't open till 10. So I made a couple stops and got a coffee, things like that. And now I'm going into my favorite nursery to look at plants, but in particular, I'm going to buy a planter that I had seen earlier in the week, and I'm going to repot a plant I've had for years and years and years, and it's outgrown the pot. But I'm so in love with this planter because it fits the decor of our home so well. So I'm going to purchase this. I think I'm going to have to get somebody to help me load it. It's enormous. So let's go in. I'm going to show you some of the really great things they have. I buy a lot of my orchids here, and they have a great selection. But there's a place in Miami that I love to go to buy orchids, and it is acres of orchids, but I think it's on a video I made years ago, driving across the Everglades, and you'll see that I'm walking through an orchid location. It's maybe like an orchid nursery. If I go back and look at the video and find the name of this orchid nursery, I will put it down below. So if you're ever in the area and you're an orchid lover, you'll want to stop there. But let's go in. I'm gonna show you this planter, and then we're gonna try to load it in my car. See, I haven't been able to stop and drop this off, but I think it might fit in the back. It is so humid out. Look at this frizzed up hair. It's horrible. But I got the planter or pot and some potting soil, and now I've got a couple more things to do. And then make sure I don't run over anybody. That would be tragic. Okay, now what did you think about that pot? It was a planter that looked like a human head, and you placed the plant or flowers in the top. I know it's supposed to be a bit whimsical or maybe artistic, but I don't know. It looked a little freaky to me. So I'm going to have to give that some thought. I am sitting in line at Chick-fil-A because there's always a line at Chick-fil-A because the food is really good. But I want to talk to you about something, and I wondered if I should even bring it up again. But I posted a video a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was a video I had shot in Washington, D.C. And I apologize if anyone was insulted about that video. I did not feel that I was saying anything that should have been insulting. However, maybe I've been sensitive in some way. I hope not. I was trying to touch lightly on the subject of those who are advocates or protesting, advocates of the right of the Cuban people to protest against socialism. I believe that would be the best way to say it. I really do apologize if anybody was offended. I did receive some comments, but nothing horrible. I think that if you go back and watch the video again, you will see that I did not say anything about the advocates in front of the White House at all, really, other than they did get a little loud at times, but that's the way it is when you are trying to get your voice heard. And so those who were pleading to the White House to help with their cause were doing just as they're allowed to do. They're allowed to speak their mind. This is the United States, and you are allowed to do that. So I was not saying that they should not be doing it at all. I never, this may be one of the first times I've ever said anything that had anything to do with politics at all. And I rarely touch on the subject. I have my opinions, but they're my personal opinions, and I've not voiced those on this channel. Now, that doesn't mean I won't in the future or have another channel that is politically minded. However, I do not now. And so I hope if you go back and watch the video, you actually enjoy the video, because we were in Washington, D.C. for a couple of days. I've only been there on business before. I have not been a tourist, so I was enjoying being a tourist in Washington. We were there for a short period of time. You can go to Washington and spend days and days seeing all of the Smithsonian and all the Smithsonians and all of the other historical sites that are in Washington. And if you have not done it, it's a great trip. So go back and watch the video about Washington, D.C. And if you are offended, I am sorry, but I'm hoping you simply just enjoyed the video. You never know when you bring something home if it's going to be to scale. And this is a little larger than I thought it was going to be, but I think it's going to work out great, because let me show you the plant that I am going to place in this. It's been in this one pot for quite a while. Pot is larger than I thought it was going to be when I got it home, and I have added these stones, and I've added this webbing in the bottom so the soil doesn't wash out under the webbing and go onto the lanai. And now we're going to place the plant in the planter and hope it all works out. This is the plant, and I am taking it out of this pot and I'm going to put it in the other pot, the new pot. This plant has been with me for many years, and now we're going to plant it in this new planter. See these cushions over here? They are for the old patio furniture, and they are going away soon. I'm going to get new patio furniture. We got it planted. We have a Dieffenbachia, and I may not be pronouncing that correctly, but it's a Caribbean plant. It grows beautifully in the hot, humid weather. And then we have what I call Wandering Jenny, and I'm going to move around here so you can see it. It is Wandering Jenny, and then I plan to plant a third plant in this pot, probably a flowering plant, because I like 3 plants in a pot. It just seems to work. And I love the feet on this pot because it adds a little bit of detail. And I'm so glad you were with me today when I went to buy this. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you are not a subscriber, please tap the subscribe button. And hey, remember, you can follow me on Instagram. Bye.